Well, talk about urban centres. I mean, I think urban Buddhist centres are, they're lifelines for people. I think back to Buddhadasa. Buddhadasa inherited a bit of money from an aunt, and he put all of it into starting Buddhist centres. He's probably started or helped develop more Buddhist centres than any other order member all over the world. And the fact that he came down to Brighton on his own, which was a big deal in those days, 1974, it was one of the first centres after London. And he put all his money into, getting these places together and, having a Buddhist centre, in the middle of Brighton, completely changed my life and changed the lives of, many other people. So to have a Buddhist centre right in the city is it's a lifeline for people. It really is like a lotus growing in the mud. I was down at the London Buddhist Centre recently, and being in that centre right in the middle of the city, with sirens going and really tough urban environment, and yet you go into that Buddhist centre and there you are sitting beneath a huge Buddha image in a wonderful atmosphere of spiritual community and friendliness, and able to meditate, able to do puja. It really is just amazing. It's sort of miraculous. I think sometimes we forget how miraculous having our Buddhist centres in cities, actually is. I think especially if we've been in the movement a long time, and perhaps if we don't get involved in things like that, we forget just how wonderful they are, and that they are actually sort of, they bring sanity. They bring sanity to, that environment, increasingly. Interesting. And retreat centres are important because it's very, very important that people are able to practice the Dharma under really, really good conditions, where they're not being distracted by all sorts of other things, where they can concentrate 100% just on their Buddhist practice. One of the things that I've learned over the years is the importance of conditions for spiritual practice. The importance of generating internal conditions. The effort to keep up and maintain mindfulness, metta, practicing the precepts and all the rest of it. But equally important is putting yourself into positive external conditions, meeting spiritual friends, and going into environments where you can just give full rein to the Dharma, to practicing the Dharma. So retreat centres are really invaluable in that way. Yeah.